Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, is exploding with anger. Kindiki is very angry because Ndindi Nyoro, the Kiharu Member of Parliament, boycotted his meeting yesterday. For those who follow the politics of the Republic of Kenya very closely, yesterday, Professor Kithure Kindiki convened a meeting with Muranga Members of Parliament. But shockingly, that event was boycotted by several members of parliament. Muranga County has 7 constituencies. And out of the 7 constituencies, only 2 members of parliament attended that particular event. There is the Kangema constituency, Kiharu constituency, Kigumo constituency, Kandara constituency, Maragua constituency, Gatanga constituency, and Mathioya constituency. Kangema member of parliament, Peter Kihungu, and Mathioya member of parliament were the only members of parliament present. Of course, the women rep, Betty Maina, the wife to Eric Mumbi, who is also the member of parliament for Rigathi Gachagua, also attended the event, and the nominated senator, Veronica Maina. But despite the fact that 5 MPs were absent, the absence of Ndindi Nyoro is what caught the attention of the Republic of Kenya and angered Professor Kithure Kindiki. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why Professor Kithure Kindiki is actually very angry and very bitter with Ndindi Nyoro for boycotting the event. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the question which Kenyans are asking is, what is Ndindi Nyoro's game plan? Because Ndindi Nyoro had emerged as a strong force in the mountain. He was a close ally of William Samoei Arap Ruto. But Ndindi Nyoro has gone slow in his political activities in support of the president. Ndindi Nyoro never supported the finance bill. Ndindi Nyoro never supported the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. I don't know the last time you saw Ndindi Nyoro with the president. Of course, nowadays, the person we see with the president the most is none other than Kimani Ichung'wah. But where is Ndindi Nyoro? For those who follow the politics of this republic, last year, William Ruto impeached his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua.
His Excellency the President anapiga simu anakuambia, kawa we ni rafiki yangu, we sign there, unisaidie nitoe hii mtu amenisumbua sana. Alizunguka Kenya hii Rigathi Gachagua akituambia jabaneno mutimeteithie, agacoka akauga ateithio amweherie. And yule hakusign sio rafiki yake tena. Ndio juzi tukienda likizo wote walipewa forms.
And then the president immediately nominated Professor Kithure Kindiki to take over from Rigathi Gachagua. And it was expected that the appointment of Professor Kithure Kindiki was going to achieve 2 objectives. Number 1, it was going to consolidate Mount Kenya East, so that even if the mountain was going to leave William Ruto, at least East was going to be retained. That did not happen. And then it was also expected that because of the nature of Professor Kithure Kindiki, he was going to bring together and unite Mount Kenya leaders. But after that impeachment, what are we seeing? We are seeing more leaders joining Rigathi Gachagua, including even those who voted for his impeachment, which means Kindiki has failed. So the other day, William Ruto attended some event in Embu, and he was really, people did not bother. Then another event where Rigathi Gachagua was, and the speech of the president was supposed to be read, and the resident said no. Then after that particular incident, William Ruto decided to do one thing. He tasked Professor Kithure Kindiki to go to the ground with the sole aim of trying to counter Rigathi Gachagua. But the ground has been hostile to Kindiki.
Kama wewe uko na hasira zako na mambo ya visirani, usituletee visirani yako. Please, na tuheshimiane. I repeat, tuheshimiane. Mimi heshima zote nimekupatia, but you must also respect me. Kwa sababu mimi naona mahali tunaendelea, kuna mahali tunataka kufika. So, siwacha niachie hapo. We cannot be a country of indiscipline, a country of lawlessness, a country of violence and making noise. So all leaders are welcome everywhere, anywhere. They should be treated well. Whether they are in office or they are out of office, it doesn't really matter. They are still our leaders. But they must also respect other people. Na pia waheshimu viongozi wale wengine. Naona watu wanaongea mambo mingi hapo, sijui nini. And I like it that way. Wanaangalia, wanaona kama ni kitu rahisi. We will not allow that to continue. Tuheshimiane. You saw when I went to the media interview before Christmas, I was very restrained. I didn't want to attack people. I didn't want to talk about other people. Tuachane na siasa ya kupigia viongozi makelele. That is wrong, brothers and sisters. It is not right. If you are unhappy with a leader, there is a way of dealing with that leader. We cannot be a country where leaders are scheming against each other and paying young people money to make noise at other people. Na mimi nimeomba hao viongozi ambao tuko nao katika hii mambo ya siasa. Mimi kusiwahi kiongozi wa kunisaidia kupangia vile kiongozi fulani atapigiwa kelele. I will not be part of that. I will actually denounce those plans. It is not necessary. Hiyo kazi nyingine ya kushindana kwa siasa, ule anataka kushindana na sisi angojee hapo mbele. Ataona kilichomtoa kanga manyoya. Tawamalizia asubuhi na mapema. Asubuhi na mapema.
After that failed, we've been seeing Rigathi Gachagua meeting with leaders at his Nyoro residence. And to counter that, Professor Kithure Kindiki has also been trying to meet with leaders. And that's why this meeting with Muranga MPs is significant, and the fact that Ndindi Nyoro boycotted, and therefore the anger we are seeing in Professor Kithure Kindiki. So I want to explain to you guys why he is very angry. Before we do that, once again, allow me to also introduce you guys once again to BRICS Solutions. BRICS Solutions is your #1 partner in CCTV installation, software development, and website design. Currently, BRICS Solutions has one of the best point-of-sale software in the market, which is designed for supermarkets, schools, petrol stations, pharmacies. It has some of the best features out there. You can contact BRICS Solutions using the numbers on your screen there for live demonstrations and, of course, for also further information. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go to the first point why Professor Kithure Kindiki is very angry and very bitter with Ndindi Nyoro. Number one, the absence of Ndindi Nyoro is confirming one thing: Professor Kithure Kindiki's failure to unite the mountain. Because remember, none other than the president himself tasked him with going to the mountain to unite those leaders. So why would Kindiki go ahead and convene a meeting which he knew so well that only 2 MPs were going to attend? If I were him, I would have even decided to postpone that event after realizing that majority of MPs were not going to be present. If I were Kindiki today, the first thing I would do is to try and convince Ndindi Nyoro to ensure that he attends at least that particular meeting. Because politics is a perceptional game. So it just confirms that Kindiki has actually failed. And that's why he's very angry with Ndindi Nyoro. Number 2, the ground is still hostile to Kenya Kwanza, to William Ruto, and Kindiki. And the fact that these MPs don't want to be associated with Kindiki, it just confirms that they don't want to be associated with William Ruto. Because William Ruto is currently the #1 enemy of the people of the mountain. And for me, that is something which should worry William Ruto, because there is no way William Ruto can become the president of the Republic of Kenya if he can't win the support of the entire Mount Kenya. Of course, he can without the mountain, but as long as he cannot consolidate fully Western, fully the Luo Nation, and fully coastal region. So it confirms that the ground is still very hostile and the MPs don't want to associate. And that is a big problem for William Ruto and Kindiki. In fact, that can also explain why William Ruto is yet to go to the mountain this year. Number 3, do we also conclude that Ndindi Nyoro has refused to accept Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya? Because let's face it, when was the last time you saw Kindiki and Ndindi Nyoro meeting? Because immediately Kindiki was nominated as Deputy President, and we also knew the kind of relationship Ndindi had with Rigathi. I mean, the first step would have been for Ndindi Nyoro and Kindiki to meet. Is it possible, or would I be wrong to conclude that Ndindi Nyoro expected himself to be nominated as the Deputy President? Because what we are seeing today is attempts to actually remove Ndindi Nyoro from being the chair of the Budget Committee. I don't want to speculate, but I'm convinced that Ndindi is yet to accept the fact that Kindiki is now the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Number 4 is Ndindi Nyoro's game plan. What is Ndindi Nyoro's game plan for 2027 and beyond? Is Ndindi Nyoro planning to chart his political path, away from the shadows of William Ruto? And why is Ndindi Nyoro trying to dissociate himself from William Ruto? Of course, your answer is as good as mine. The ground in the mountain is hostile. Because remember, when Rigathi Gachagua was the Deputy President, focusing on the mountain, what was Ndindi Nyoro doing at that time? Ndindi Nyoro was also busy outside there, moving to Nyanza, moving to Coast, moving to Mandera, trying to consolidate himself, branding himself as a national leader. So I think he was disappointed that William Ruto, instead of rewarding him, because he had created that national image, decided to nominate a different person, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. And I still remember very clearly how the former Bati member of parliament, Kimani Ngunjiri, once told us that the decision to nominate Rigathi as a deputy president was so difficult. And at some point, only the 3 of them, that is himself, William Ruto, and Ndindi Nyoro, they sat and they made the decision that the choice is Rigathi. Probably that also can explain why Ndindi Nyoro declined to impeach Rigathi, because he knew the pain and the process they underwent. And lastly, it is now proven beyond any reasonable doubt that Rigathi Gachagua is still the kingpin of the mountain. And the attempt to install Kindiki as the kingpin has failed. Who is going to be Mount Kenya kingpin? That's the question. Rigathi is very strong on the ground. Ndindi Nyoro wanted to succeed Uhuru Kenyatta as the kingpin. He has a presidential ambitions. Then you bring Kindiki. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the politics why Kindiki is very angry and bitter with Ndindi Nyoro for skipping his event. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. And by the way, the other day, Edwin Sifuna and Onyonka were in, was it Mandera or Wajir? Sifuna really attacked ODM party. But while Sifuna was attacking ODM party, Richard Onyonka endorsed Fred Matiang'i. I don't know what you think about that. Until next time, Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.